bases have been going at it early from the tailgate to the end zones, and you got to think this will be a little contentious. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Texas Longhorns. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down. The Longhorns will kick it away first. The returner will field it and try to do some business. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Baylor's offense will get first crack at it here. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, you'll keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Got his man. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They go to the ground. Shows him the stiff arm. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's got his man across the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, athletic tight ends today are such a premium in college football. Not only can these guys block, but you see this tight end and his ability in the open field, the wiggle that he has to make people miss. Don't see that too often.
And
statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass, it's Lacey. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
It's a really nice looking catch, you know, and it's shocking when you think about Texas Longhorn football. Not a lot of names jump out at you when you think about great wide receivers here, right? Yeah, Roy Williams, Jordan Shipley, not too many. This guy, though, I think has a chance to be special. This guy could go down in Texas history as one of the all-time greats.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Finds his man, it's Terry. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Dumps it to the back. He makes the grab. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Longhorn!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, they're after him. Finds a man on the left. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
They're running the curl route against zone coverage. The quarterback knows that's going to be a tight window. He's got to rifle that ball into his wide receiver. He does just that, and as a result, they pick up the first down.
They'll run play action. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. So far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rushes on him. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He wants to change this route. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air, it's Lacy. How about that sweet footwork along the sideline? It is a catch. All the way down to the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Virginia Tech is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Michael Vick should never be counted out of any game. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Houston. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out. They knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Nothing going right for this team early in the 1st quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. Scanning the field, it's Lacy. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Texas! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Looking for blockers. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Running back searching for a hole. Got enough for the 1st. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played 1 quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. The give out of the gun. Can't get him to the ground. Hard-hitting tackle.
And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make third down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked in part because the defense was expecting pass and that down and distance. So it begs the question now on 3rd and long again, might the offense go back to handing it off to their explosive playmaker at the running back position?
Punt is on its way. Let's see what he can do with it. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Texas offense. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run the option. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Makes the grab. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Longhorns are marching down the field. The play action fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On the run, it's Terry. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Lacey. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. The Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun on 3rd down. He's got it and still on his feet. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Dead center perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes.
There he goes. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking downfield, it's Hill. Quickly to the tight end. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Picks up the first down, still moving. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Fires to the big fella. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
I know everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a 3rd down. And guess what? Nowadays, 4th down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
A strike downfield. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Looking downfield, it's Lacey. Steps away. Fighting for the goal line, and the ball's out. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
Great job by this.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The Bears in the hurry-up. To the air on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky.
Going for the big play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted.
He'll take the deep shot. He's got it at the 20. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Looking to pass. It's Green. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Baylor! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Got him up for the first down. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. To the ground. He's got it again.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Power football with the run. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. It'll be a draw. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. And it's no good. After the missed field goal, fellas, still a 13-point ball game. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard.
That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
The Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. Snags it over the middle. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down and nothing doing there. And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. And the Longhorns are on the move. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield here.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Motion from the wideout. Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. And that is incomplete. The Longhorns come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
On fourth down, going to the air. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard in this room.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Back to throw, it's Lacey. Snags it! They will score! Touchdown Longhorns! They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Looking down the middle. Complete to the right. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little.
Turning it on!
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
On the run. It's Simon. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Creates a little room. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bears! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Hold it, finds his man on the left. Breaks into the open. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give from the gun. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Finds his man. It's Terry. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Dropping back, it's Lacey. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Texas! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Texas fighting them through the air and on the ground, reminiscent of Colt McCoy's big day against A&M in 2009.
Yeah, just doing whatever they want. And this is a good spot to be. Listen, Texas gets a highly recruited kid at quarterback every single year. Can this be the guy that takes them to the next level? Today is a good day.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Caught. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback. On 3rd down, really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Looking to throw, it's Lacey. Fires to the tight end. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, too. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for a 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
The inside handoff. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it in, more than enough for a first down. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Baylor!
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Virginia Tech is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by 12 to Houston. We will be multitasking today, boys. One up.
Oh, he's got some space. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Touch pass on the right. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass. It's Lacey. He's got it on the move. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line. Now on 2nd and goal. Now the play fake. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
How about this goal line defense? On 1st down, they expect the run. They stuff it for a loss. And on 2nd down, expecting pass, they can now get after the quarterback and bring him down for a sack. They are pushing this offense
into the house. Touchdown, Texas! Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on third down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Tackle is made at the 38. Let's see just how daring they'll be on fourth down.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Using his legs, it's Terry. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.